Welcome back. Well, for the second year, the Old School of Cameron is hosting a hot air balloon festival. The Hot Air Affair at the Cameron Municipal Airport this weekend. KQ2's Chris Fleck was able to take a ride in one of the balloons.
Savannah, Missouri hot air balloon pilot Andrew James is waiting for some important information that will shape the rest of his day. It's the weather report. If the conditions are favorable, he'll be flying his balloon this morning in the Cameron Hot Air Balloon Festival. The news is good. Andrew gets to forge ahead. What conditions are favorable for a good flight?
Nice, clear, calm days, sunny, free of thunderstorms, with wind speeds under 10 miles an hour.
So you might think it's boring since balloon pilots do the same thing every day, but Andrew assures us there's still a thrill.
The thrill of ballooning really is the competition side of the sport. It seems like we're out there just floating in the air doing nothing to most people watching from the ground, but a lot of the times we're in competition with each other trying to get to the same targets and compete with each other. To do that, you have to fly it like a race car sometimes. To maneuver balloons, you find the altitude. You get your weather forecast in the morning briefing. You get wind speeds from the ground to 10,000 feet in the air. That's part of the sport of ballooning, is finding that wind because you can't see wind. Today at the Cameron events, our goal, we had 3 targets spread out across the countryside, and our goal was to drop weighted bags at each target. The closest to the center of the target is the eventual winner. They were all spread out in different directions and not in a straight line, so changing altitudes, getting your left and right turns to maneuver your way to those targets was the goal.
And when most kids were playing sports, Andrew and his family were hot air ballooning. It's a family affair.
I was born into the sport of ballooning. My parents started flying in the 70s, and it's all I've ever known. It's my summer pastime. Instead of playing baseball, soccer in the summer, I was at hot air ballooning events. The first chance I got when I was 16, I started studying for my FAA pilot's license to be a pilot like my dad.
Like father, like son, and it looks like history's repeating itself.
My son Emmett, he's 6 years old and he can't get enough of this. Every time we're out with the balloon, he's jumping in, wants to go. So I believe he might be our next pilot in the family.
And speaking of family, that group of hot air balloon pilots is pretty close as well.
The ballooning community is a rather small community throughout the country. The U.S., I believe, has anywhere from 3,000 to 4,000 registered balloon pilots. We kind of all know each other. We end up at the same events. We fly around each other a lot, and most of us have known each other for years. Part of the sport's getting along and having fun with your friends. One of the best parts about ballooning is we've always kept it in our family. My parents, my wife, my children, my cousins, my aunts, my uncles. We are a ballooning family with multiple pilots. We go all throughout the country, and we really stay together doing that and bicker at each other every once in a while, but all in all, it's something we really enjoy doing together. I've been flying for 22 years now, and there's nothing I'd rather do.
From a farmer's cornfield and the Cameron Hot Air Balloon Festival, I'm Chris Fleck reporting.